So we should be live.
We are.
We are.
We are live on YouTube.
Yes, I'm just waiting for my screen, my YouTube screen, to pop in my computer.
Please.
So I can add it.
On YouTube.
Yes, got it. Waiting for my. Oh no, I didn't mute it. Like I was.
Oh, that was me. Sorry. Again, it's always me.
Come on, Anja. Get it together.
Okay. Non-professional. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Raven Wolf channel. And I'm so excited tonight because I have two of awesome sisters, soul sisters. So welcome, Anja and Sue G.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Sue. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I can't see the chat tonight. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, yeah, no problem. You know, I have to tell how this show got inspired. And yesterday, while I was doing something, I don't know, I felt guided. I don't know, this idea just came in my head of asking Anja and Sue to do a show with me. And I didn't have a theme or something specific that I wanted to talk about. I just know I felt guided to invite you guys. So here we are.
Here we are. And that's very interesting because, like I said, I told you I had the day before the urge to talk about something.
Yeah. So how you been, Sue? It's been a while. I haven't had you in my channel for a while. So tell us what you're up to lately.
So my phone just rang. So I'm on my phone tonight because on July 30th, which was the day that the day that Mercury went stationary, my computer crashed. Just like the retrograde had the last. So on my phone, and my phone was just ringing, and I can't hear when it's ringing. So I missed all of that.
Oh, so that.
What did you say?
Oh, that's funny. No, I just said that it's been a while that I haven't had you in my channel. So I want to know what you've been up to, maybe some new projects or something. What you've been up to, Sue? Tell us the tea.
I'm so sorry about that. So if it happens again, I don't know what that's going to look like. So I have been, of course, so since about the first of the year, I've been like really not done anything at all on YouTube because I've been doing a lot of inner work, and I've been in the ambassador program for the Jade Egg. And so it's just, I've really been doing the inner work. And I was talking to Deborah Tucker today. I was just like, I've really spent the whole year working with the shadow, honestly, just letting go of a lot of stuff. And then I had the knee replacement surgery in May, which I'm still, it's healing at its own pace. Thank you for your help last night, by the way. Anja, I forgot to thank you earlier for your energy.
Very welcome.
And while I was off, I got time to spend, because I had signed up for the shamanic astrology. So I did, I've been able to start studying that and putting it together. And I absolutely love that stuff. So that,
I want to talk a little bit about that because you actually did my shamanic astrology. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
And it was very interesting because it resonated a lot. And it felt very similar to the Mayan astrology readings that I do. So I think they go hand to hand. So to me, it made sense. Like when you were explaining me, since I already know how the traditional Maya astrology worked, it sounded familiar. So
yeah, I thought that same thing when we talked about it, that it really it dovetails with the Mayan astrology, with what you do, but it's different. And the shamanic astrology incorporates, it takes all the different types of astrology and he's kind of made his whole own system. And I absolutely love the way, because it's about involution. It's about the development of the self, which the Mayan astrology is really similar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but to me, the Mayan astrology is more proactive, or what you would take and use outwardly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because the way it works is every day has a different intention and a different energy. And
Mm-hmm.
you, a soul, you pick to be born on a certain day specific because it matches your that frequency, that vibration, that energy of your mission here in this plane.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know enough about the Mayan. I know when you did my Mayan, it was totally, everything was totally on point with the shamanic astrology, that the outer planets like Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, and they use Chiron. Those, the upper planets are more your personal planets, and the outer planets are the things that Neptune, they bring in like the life events to kind of keep you on track for your intended learning in this lifetime. So it's,
You did Anya's too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she did mine too. That was just amazing, mind blowing, really. It was so spot on.
Yeah. Anja was the witch. I couldn't believe it.
Unbelievable.
It's Nicole.
Like actually with the runes, I mean, I haven't gotten into it, but you, every rune has a number associated with it and a letter. So actually you can do the same with your letter if you write up the runes and get the number out of it. And then you pick out of it your own rune, and that describes your character or your path. I haven't done that. Maybe I should do that one day.
Is that like life path? Is that what you mean?
It's not like a life path thing, but it doesn't go by planets or something, but it goes by the name of the rune, and every rune has a number, but it's different than in numerology, kind of. So you add up the letters and come to a number, and with a rune and so on. It's too long to explain now, but at the end you get your own rune out of it as a result. And it describes your energy, your path, or what you're working on. And that's actually very interesting too. I haven't done that yet, but
yeah, you should definitely try it. I think it will be very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds really interesting.
What was I? I was the high priestess in the.
Yeah, that sounds right. The high priestess. Yes.
And I told
that
you.
Sounds about right to me.
And it's funny because on Shelly Brady's deck, she made the high priestess, and she said that's me. So that was interesting. Cool synchronicity there.
That's awesome. I've forgotten about that with the high priestess. Definitely the creator of kind of the sacred ceremony, and definitely can see that with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to let you guys know, Sue, well, she was just talking about it. She has a YouTube channel. It's actually in the description box in here. So go subscribe to her channel. I think she said she's going to start putting more content, correct?
Mm-hmm. A little bit more content, yes. I think it's time.
She's feeling guided, correct?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So yes, if you haven't subscribed yet to her channel, please go show her some love. Is Suji, that's her name of the channel.
So
and
complicated.
also, I'm sorry?
It's so complicated.
Yes.
Suji.
Yeah. No, that's perfect, That's short and sweet.
Yeah.
So Anja, what's up with you?
Tell us what's up with you, Anja.
What's up with me?
Should we have a talk about chakras?
Yes.
Like clearing chakras, you mean? It's very important to cleanse them occasionally.
Cleanse your chakras.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
Hi, Ransom. Ransom is in the chat. He says, smells like femininity. I can't say that word. Femininity?
He wrote it wrong. Femininity.
Here. Whatever. Yeah.
We get the point.
Well, I just do my smudging little shows lately, and what I felt guided to do a little more is bring in here and there rune. Like runes go also with some certain energies of the moon. I mean, I mentioned that in all the other clips, but like last video I posted, I just felt that energy out, and it's also that runes go with certain moon phases and also the old ancient holidays. So maybe I'm going to bring out here and there a little video about that because I just felt it felt right. It's not like a collective reading, and I don't want anyone to think it's a collective reading. It's just a collective energy, not a collective reading for specific people. It's just a collective energy. You know what I mean? Does it?
Are you, at one point you were talking about maybe doing a rune, like class type of thing. Are you still thinking about doing that?
Yeah, I was still planning on doing that, but I was so busy with work lately and other stuff, so I didn't really get to plan it. But I really would like to start that, to teach how to make your own runes correctly, to charge them, what to watch, and how to use them, making your binding runes, like not to do it on the internet, like have a
Can't do it on the internet?
Like a webinar you were talking about? Because you mentioned that too. You were going to start maybe thinking about doing a webinars, right?
Right.
That's what it was. So, I mean, like, not like getting a binding rune off the internet, you know, like, I think that's not very helpful, but whatever.
Kind of like not looking for spells on Pinterest. Is that what you're talking about? Like not
Yeah,
doing
kind of. I kind of talked that or generators or shit like that. Sorry.
Oh my God, watch your language. That's terrible.
Okay, I forgive you, Anja. You can curse just one more time, and then if not, that's
then
it.
I'm out. Then I'm gonna get like a black.
Yes, or a blank beep, and you curse. No, it's cool. You can curse here.
Yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know how many people would be interested because it's not gonna be for free. So far, I had no one really. Sue.
I'm interested.
Yeah, me too, Anja. And I'm sure there's other people. I've been on your chat on your channel because also Anja has a channel. It's Anja Teich. Is that how you say your last name?
Yes. Whoa.
I got that. And yeah, go check her out. Also subscribe. And also Anja does energy readings, correct? Is that how you call them? Energy readings or just readings?
Yeah, rune readings, like, which is energy, right? Like I meditate over the runes. I go in trance when I pull them. I mean, really in trance. And then,
Awesome.
yeah, either I work with my energy or work with Odin's energy, depending on what comes in first. And then, yeah, I do the reading with this. So it's energy reading if you want to name it that. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to say something. Oh, never mind. I forgot. I thought that earlier when you were raising your hand, you wanted to say something, but never mind.
Me? I was raising my hand for the rune class.
So I want to tell you guys, well, I guess I can tell you guys what I've been experiencing energy-wise, you know, and you guys can tell me if you guys have experienced the same thing but anyways, for the past 2 weeks, I feel like, I feel very drained. Like, I feel like the energies that we've been hitting with, they're just too much right now. And I think everybody's getting affected one way or another. The new moon was a big one. The ears keep constantly ringing off and on. Especially, I've noticed this, and I noticed this before too. I hear the ringing more in the evening time, more than in the morning.
Me too.
And also, I know I talked to you, Anja, feeling like when you're laying down, you feel like your head is spinning.
Lightheaded.
Yeah. So have you experienced anything like that, Sue?
No, I don't experience any of that stuff. Like a lot of the fatigue, and of course that kind of goes with where I'm at right now. But like time for me, it's a lot. There's a lot to me. It's like a lot of like time shifting and loss and found and that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
I think I'm gonna blame it on the eclipses that we had in July.
It's a super powerful, energetic time from the beginning of July through August with all the eclipse. That's eclipse season, and then the there were 5 planets retrograde. Jupiter goes direct this Thursday, which will be great because everybody then, Jupiter is the planet of luck and progression forward and that kind of thing. It's been going backwards. So I think that'll be a shift for everybody also.
Yeah, I also think maybe I talked with you about it, and I think maybe what it is also, I mean, Earth is always also changing frequencies, right? Bringing them up, and changes are everywhere in the frequencies right now, and energies, especially with coming with us, everyone bringing up theirs, realizing it, bringing out their inner self, cleaning up, and vibrations rising, or frequencies, however you want to call it. And then we kind of get in tune with what our Earth brings up. And I think if we feel that and we're kind of like, nah, don't hit me, maybe we just gotta like get more in tune, in the balance with those energies. But that's just a thought of mine.
Yeah.
To me, this is like the Lionsgate thing. This is the time to talk about that, because that's what you're talking about right now is exactly what's going on, because the ancient Egyptians calendar revolved around I can never say the word, helical, whatever, rises. So when Sirius, the star system Sirius, appears on the eastern horizon at sunrise, and that's happens in July. I forget the exact date in July. It kind of moves around, of course, but that's when their calendar started.
It's interesting that I'm sorry for interrupting you. That for the Mayan calendar, they actually start a new year on July 26th or 25th.
It's probably the same thing then.
Yeah, July 26th is New Year, and then the galactic year starts. Yeah,
right. And they believe that the Egyptians, I know the ancient Egyptians believe that Sirius is our spiritual sun. So, and when at that time of year is also when the Nile starts flooding. So of course that brings fertility to the land and all that. But so they have this whole thing, and it starts, Sirius is in conjunction with the sun in early July. So right around the time of that solar eclipse that we had, Sirius then comes into conjunction with the sun. So it's the closest point to the Earth at that point in time. So that's when we're getting, because we're downstream from the cosmic rays from Sirius. So we're getting the most intense cosmic rays. So that's basically cosmic knowledge and information and spiritual knowledge that's coming at us. So we're getting all this intense energy right around that time. And the 4th of July, the Declaration of Independence was signed on the 4th of July. And that at that time, that was a conjunction of Sirius and the sun. And don't tell me those people don't know what they're doing with this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So then you move through, of course, and then we had the retrograde with Mercury, and which was really intense. And all these other retrogrades, what we've been working on is a lot of past stuff and releasing a lot of past stuff. And Anne, I think it was you that said the last 2 weeks, once Mercury went into the underworld where you couldn't see it, it's like, so it's behind the sun in the retrograde, and then it comes out on the other side. That's when we really start to release all the work that we've been doing. So that's, I think, where the fatigue comes in from all this. If you're in tune with what's going on and what like old things have been coming up for you in the last couple months. I know, Anja, you've had some triggers going on.
Oh my God, I'm being triggered so badly from good things that are happening in my life right now, private. But not like on purpose, right? It's just like that shows me I still have not solved some
exactly.
work.
Exactly.
Anna, comes up, right?
Anna, haven't you had some of that stuff going on too?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Rose petals.
Yes, I have this was my mom's rosary. And I don't use the rosary, but I like to smell it. So yes, Rose. For people that didn't watch your show, can you tell us a little bit about what rose does to you, or what?
Rose smell? Well, what rose does, it stands, of course, for the love, right? So rose is actually very heart opening. And if you feel really bad, the smell kind of puts you like in a womb, you know, you feel all like, I'm good here, right? Like that's what rose does for you. It helps you with if you're too upset, if you're being triggered, for example, and you have pain in your heart through that trigger. So it helps you to make it a bit easier to work on it because it's like I said, like a little womb, that smell, mama.
That's so awesome.
Yes, so yeah, that also, and I think that that is part of it too. I agree what you were saying.
And just to finish getting up to the Lion's Gate, which is 8-8, that's when Sirius and the Earth are in alignment with the galactic center. And to me, you know, a lot of people put out that oh, we're getting all these cosmic downloads around the 8-8. But I feel like it's the 8-8 is more of an integration, you know, it's the opening, quote unquote, opening of the portal. And then there's alignment with the pyramids, something. So, you know, this is a big time spiritually, emotionally. We just have a lot going on. But, you know, once 8-8 gets here, it's like, then's the time to really integrate. And that you can really work this energy through about the month of August. So if you're aware and working on yourself, get you some rose oil. Because I'm with seriously, the rose oil. I love that stuff. I put it in everything. I absolutely love it.
Oil. Yeah, I love it. That's my favorite scent.
Actually. It is very calming. Yeah, also around that time, since it's August, that's like, and the ancient time, it was also the sun festival, right, where the harvest was celebrated and beginning of new things. And that brings me also to the rune Zavulu, which is the sun, and that rune, because it makes sense with the Lion Gate, what we're doing right now. The Zavulu is a very strong rune. It stands for the sun first, but it also stands for the strength of the sun, which is either nurturing or can burn you. So it actually speaks about very strong transformation that can really burn you, but not in a negative sense of it burns you to the ground. Transformation hurts, right? Spirituality is not fun. It's not all, oh, I woke up yesterday. It's so nice, rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, no, I wish. So that's what the rune stands for, right? It really shows you time of really hard transformation. Like you really gotta get on it.
It's true. Yeah. That's awesome.
And also I have to say dreams for me, they've had picked up big time for the past 2 weeks. And I had an epiphany the other day about a dream that I had. But yeah, dreams, I feel like also they've been intensified. Also,
you're a vision person anyway, aren't you? A seer, clairvoyant.
I do, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I can share. I guess a few months ago is when I first dreamed about. So I had this dream that I was in the beach. There was like the resort in the back, and there were like people in the beach. And then there was this big wave that came and got a bunch of people that was on the beach, and people were like running and like it was frantically, like it was bad. And then I think last week I saw a video on Dabu 7. I don't know if you're familiar with Dabu 77 or whatever. He posted which, by the way, that video is removed. I don't know why. But he posted of news of in Brazil, a wave, a tsunami wave, or I forgot how, not tsunami. It was a certain kind of wave.
Was it a rogue wave? Rogue?
No, or I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what kind of wave, but came in the land and like sucked a bunch of people in. So I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I saw that video you sent.
When I saw it, that's what I saw in my dream. Like, wow. Yeah. I show it to Anja because I actually shared that dream with Anja.
Yeah, you did.
So, but I had another dream of a big, like huge wave, tall, huge feet. I don't know how many feet tall wave coming. So I don't know where, but I feel like that's significant.
You see, and I told you I had the dream too with the beach, but different. I just saw a gray sky.
Clouds were,
The water was grayish, and people were walking on the beach, and then they were running.
Yeah, can hear that.
Sirens?
They're coming for me.
At your house?
I'll be back in about 3-4 months.
Go to the toilet there really quick.
I can explain.
Start flushing.
Anya, you told me, I remember you told me that. So I feel like, I don't know, that's significant some way.
I mean,
I
you
wonder
anyways.
I wonder if that could be more of it could also represent more of a like cosmic wave or a spiritual wave or even a sun wave, like a solar flare or something. Or do you think it was water?
No, it was definitely water. I was like swimming in the water when I looked back and I saw this big wave. So it's water. Definitely.
Yeah, that the way you described the dream to me, and then the video was very
eerie.
Spot on.
Yeah.
That's so weird that they took the video down.
Yeah. I tried to share it to somebody and they couldn't. It said they removed it. So I don't know. But
they probably did something that shook up the earth, and that's why they took it off before people start digging.
And another thing that came to mind when you were talking, Anya, about saying how the earth is shaking and the vibrations and stuff. We worked before, not on YouTube, but the three of us doing stuff. And I remember more than I know I did. I said it. I don't know if Sue said it too or Anya's. That so the earth
saw it too, vibrating.
Yeah.
I've had those dreams. That's the kind of dreams I've had recently that, and I don't remember the work, but the earth vibrating, or maybe it was when we were doing the work. I don't remember.
That was when we were doing the work. That's when we saw it.
Because it was just vibrating earthquake. Not an earthquake, it was vibrating.
Vibrating, yeah, like you could see the shape around it.
The ripples of the vibration.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
I mean, even though I had a weird dream, like many weeks ago, that was before we did work, I had a weird dream, and they get so real that I really like feel everything. And I dreamed the earth stopped and then flipped like that and then flipped all the way back. And I felt like on a roller coaster. I was like, whoa, right?
That creates some big waves.
Yeah, so that was just weird.
That would be the event there.
That would be a wave right there, yeah. So
that would be the reset.
That would be the wave that did it once and for all.
But I'm thinking that just represents the change that's coming.
And that's another thing about, I feel like a lot of people, and again, I feel like has a lot to do with the eclipse, that are starting with like new beginnings, or they're finally closing cycles and starting something new. Like this is like a push to start something fresh in some aspect or area in your life.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I see a lot of that in my work. People are ready to do something new. They're ready for new. You're exactly right. People are just like, I need to know what's next. I want to know my purpose. So many people want to know, people are really getting into that. I love that that's part about waking up, just getting in, why am I here? What am I doing? What do I have to offer?
That's how it started for me. For me, it started where, it got old doing the same thing every day, the same old thing of waking up, going to work, coming home, watching TV, and go to bed and do it all over again. Like, it felt empty. And at some point I was like, there's gotta be more than life than just this. I mean,
That's a program, right?
Yeah. Like you have to work, I guess. We live in the 3D. It is what it is. Everybody hates it. Yeah, we get it. But we still have to do it. But there's more to life than just staying in that program and that little square where, no, there's more to it. And that's how it started waking me up.
That's so, I love that point, because it's, to me, that's the point of sovereignty. You're in the system. We live here. You can't, you have to coexist in the system, but where you take sovereignty is exactly what you were just saying. And it's not like stepping out of the system and doing what it is that fuels you and feeds you. As I know for me, it's just like, go to college, you get married, you buy a house, and then you get the little bit bigger house, and you're doing, and then you look back and you're like, what is all that?
Yeah, and then you look back, is that something that I really wanted to do for myself, for my mission here, my purpose here, or that's something that I was indoctrinated all my life, that's what you do. You go to school, you get married, you do this, and then you buy stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't fulfill the soul.
No, and that's where we can really own our sovereignty. Really stepping into who we are and our soul, and however we need to fit it into our life. And, whatever that looks like, we can still do our soul work and be in the system, I think.
Exactly. No, yeah, I think so too.
But that's the thing about balance too, right? I find it's always these days, it's too much dragging, because here we go again, the dark, the light, and everybody drags instead of maybe fusing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying I accept and agree with the system, but I got to for now, right? So
yeah,
reprogramming myself out of it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not talking computer software reprogramming. And I think that reprogramming is really the hardest work.
Absolutely, because they it's been very clever with the programming. They hook it in. It's shame based. It's very shame based, and we get triggered into shame over things, or guilt, right?
We've been mind control. We've been mind controlled pretty much.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Mind control.
And fear.
By other, but not only like indoctrination from home, from family, values or not values, but things like that. But from like going to school, from church, from the government, from this, from society, from everything.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
It's where we realize who we are or what we can do, right? Things get a little tense on that front too, because they feel like a little intimidated. So, and of course I don't want that, but I say, I don't care, because I was trying to be PG-18, so 13, I mean.
13.
So, I mean, just keep in mind, like everyone, right, with fear and all that. I mean, and everybody is afraid of CERN, and I don't know what they do, right, opening portals. I mean, why do they need the technology, and why do they need to put us somewhere like, why do they have to block our minds to distract us, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And why do they use techniques? Why do they have to use techniques? Of course, they have psychic teams too. I'm not doubting that, as you know. But why do they need that? What are they scared of, right? Afraid of?
Yeah, because we're powerful.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is that a rhetorical question?
No, I'm just bringing that out. It's just like, I just want to say with that we got that in us.
Right. We're so powerful creators. They want to control our minds so they can control the manifesting, the emotional, 90% to me, 90% of a manifesting comes from your subconscious. I can't talk, subconscious. So if they're controlling your subconscious, they're controlling and they're manifesting what they want to manifest.
Yeah, but we can do that too. So
exactly.
The trick is to be aware and use it for our advantage, not their advantage.
But then they put the fear of God in you, no pun intended, about your own power. They put fear into you about owning your power, and it's scary to look at it and go, wow, I am a creator. People don't want to take that responsibility, because you got to take personal responsibility if you're a creator, right?
Yeah, you got to be responsible, and that's what some don't have, responsibility.
Yeah. And it's easy to blame others instead of
or blame God. God saved me, and
Satan is evil.
I need a miracle from God.
Yeah, it's Satan's fault that I got drunk, got in the car, and hit that child. Yeah. For example, like a lame example, I couldn't come up with anything better, but that's.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good point. I didn't even think about it.
I mean, it's silly because from, my journey, which it hasn't been, a long journey so far in my spiritual walk, but I'm finding that one major thing, it always comes up. It's all about balance, right?
Yes, so true. You are so smart.
So it's like
a long way in a short time on your journey. I mean,
it's just like everywhere, like no matter where you see it, like even like things from like eating too much, if you eat too much, you get sick. If you don't eat enough, like it's a balance, everything in all aspects in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, too much light, you get blinded because you don't see what's in front of you, behind you. In the dark, you run against the wall, so you need a little light. Too much light, you need a little dark so you can see, it's that's the same with the sun and moon. I mean, we all do I told Anna, I wanted to bring that up. We all do moon magic, or we use the moon energy, which is female, right? But the sun, the male aspect of it, it's so important too, because we can create with the sun too, right? It helps us transform. Or there is no waxing or whatever, but in the morning sun, you can manifest things. In the evening sun, you can put power in whatever you do in your magic, or it helps you even in your transformation. If you have a depression, don't feel good. So you can use that nurturing energy of the male sun as well.
You can charge your third eye by sun gazing.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
Hi, Thor.
Are you having thunder at your house?
Yes, I'm having Thor over.
Is that a thunder? Whoa.
Yep.
So you have all kinds of activity over there, Anja.
Yeah.
had some wild weather going on. This is a little bit off topic, but I'm curious. Did you guys hear about that munitions plant that was blowing up in Russia? I saw it on that Morning Dew channel, and there was a munitions plant in Russia. They had to evacuate the whole area because it somehow caught them, and there were like bombs going off. It looked like even a nuclear bomb went off at one point. It was huge, and you cannot find a speck of it on the like CNN or Fox.
So they're not covering it. Sucker. Not. Not.
Wow. Thought that might be a good one for Ransom to research.
Oh, I'm sure he knows all about it.
He probably does.
Probably.
Anyway, I was just curious about that because I just find that fascinating how we just don't we just don't know what's going on in the world. We're so sequestered, and we only can get what they're going to give us.
That's the issue, right?
Mm.
That's why I don't want to watch news because half of it is like.
I don't have a TV provider. If I watch any news, it's on YouTube.
The YouTube news.
Yeah.
Or Ransom.
Or Ransom, 420 TV, Freedom is Films. Shameless plug. But anyways, we're about to come here in an hour. So is there anything else you guys want to share or talk about, or anything that you guys feel guided to?
I had a thought, but Anja, you talk so I can remember what it was that I wanted to talk about.
Blame it on me.
Go.
Always me.
Anja, you can talk. I know you can do it.
I'm shy.
No? Okay.
I just want to tell everyone before the rain starts here so loud, yeah, to really listen to your intuition, right? To what you have inside you. Like, don't get frazzled by too many news out. Watch the synchros. Listen to your gut feeling. You know, don't have your growth interrupted by things that don't feel right for you.
Yes, I like that. That's a good point, Anja.
That is a good point. I'm going to build on that because I can't remember what it was. It was thought in and thought out. But it's like, so, you know, we've all known each other for like over a year now, right? And everybody has like grown and changed so much. And you see a lot of progress. And then I feel like some concepts start coming in and people start kind of going like, it's like, wow, like to me, it's like backwards, like, wow, you know, you've already mastered that. Just keep moving forward. You already get your concepts. Don't let yourself get distracted by, you know, the noise, some of the noise sometimes. So just stay on, like you said, Anja, just kind of stay on your path and intuit what really resonates with you and just kind of let go of the rest. That's so big to me.
Yeah, and also I notice like a lot of people going through those release issues, right? Where like old stuff come, like really just really let it happen, right? It's a good thing. It's also, I think, the energy right now that you're getting to a next level for yourself, from your inner self. And I feel it too. And I'm also, well, this would like is not enough now, but I also think it has something to do with our DNA, what it really can do if we really activate it in meditation. I've been doing that on healing sessions or journeys, trance, whatever you want to call it. So I see this is happening a lot everywhere.
So I've got Anna, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, because I've been talking to people that are new to the, you know, the whole awakening and about, you know, as kind of accepting that there's something more, you know, spiritual and, you know, anyways, I've noticed that a common thing that I'm hearing a lot is the fear. You know, that they get scared. Oh no, that's scary. Like, especially coming from a religion where, you know, seeing ghosts is bad, or it's scary, it's the demon or whatever.
Yeah, the biggest programming.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Fear, I feel like it's been coming up a lot in people that they're just new to this, and I feel like it stops them from growing, from learning, from finding out the truth and educating yourself, because once you educate yourself, that fear kind of goes away, because, you know, you realize, oh, what, you know, they're scaring me, they're saying is demon, it might not be a, you know, you have to learn and educate yourself and not let fear stop you.
Yeah, that's
because it's also about inner demons, you know, which get transformed into the demons, and we have our inner demons, and there's nothing wrong with it, nothing.
And the other thing is, when you're letting go of stuff, sometimes you hold on to old patterns because you have to let go of a part of yourself, and that's part of the fear, letting go of yourself and changing. You actually have to go through a little bit of a mourning, you know, crying process, when not necessarily crying, but I'm trying to differentiate between mourning and mourning. Yeah. You have to go through a bit of a mourning process when you release a part of yourself like that. So I want to read the last bit of the Lionsgate blog, because it really ties in with what we're talking about. This is the last paragraph. It says, the key during this period is to be aware, be self-loving, and be willing to make different choices than ones you made in the past, while finding ways to love yourself more release your self-sabotaging mind loops, and strive towards greater wholeness. The Lionsgate energy gives us an opportunity to grow at an accelerated pace, particularly on 8-8, 8-17, which is another 8-8, and 8-26, all of which have infinite energy of 8 doubled. Boom.
Oh, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. That was very nice.
Goes with the Vunyo rune.
Yeah, it does. Totally.
So with that, I want to end the show because that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, right?
Again, if you guys haven't subscribed to Sue's channel or Anja, go do it. Their links is in the description box. And Anja, Sue, thank you so much for doing this show. I know
Thank you.
Kind of like an impromptu, and we really I didn't give you guys a theme or a subject to talk about, but I think, I don't know, I feel like I was guided to do this show. We did it, and I feel like we spoke from our heart, and hopefully it helps somebody.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, I've been burning an orange sacral chakra candle for both of you girls during the
nice. Very nice. Orange. Very nice. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. And
thanks, Anna.
You guys want to say
Thank
anything?
you, everyone.
Thanks for having me on, and thanks everybody for being here. Even I'm so sad I couldn't watch the chat.
We have to do this again.
Yes.
Yes, that sounds good.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye everyone.
Thanks.